Testing for COVID-19 is an important part of the box-it-in strategy to slow the spread of COVID-19 in our community. The box-it-in strategy involves testing to identify cases, having people who are infected stay away from others so the virus stops with them, and finding close contacts of cases who may be infected and also having them stay away from others. Testing is important because you will be able to take actions to protect your health and the health of your family and your community. Now, in the midst of a global pandemic, is not a time to ignore a few sniffles. If you have symptoms or have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, get tested. There are more than 30 places in the Fairfax community offering COVID-19 tests, including locations that do not require a doctor's referral or an appointment. The Fairfax County Health Department can also assist people in getting a test if they are deemed a close contact of a case. While waiting for your test results, it's important to stay home and away from others, especially people who are at higher risk for getting very sick from COVID-19, such as older adults and people with other medical conditions. Monitor yourself for symptoms such as fever, cough, and shortness of breath, and think about the people you've been around so you will be ready if a public health worker calls you. Remember, a negative COVID-19 test is not a guaranteed clearance that you are illness-free. If you test negative for COVID-19 by a viral test, you probably were not infected at the time your sample was collected. However, that does not mean that you will not get sick. The test result only means that you did not have COVID-19 at the time of testing. You might test negative if the sample was collected early in your infection and test positive later during your illness. You could also be exposed to COVID-19 after the test and get infected as a result. A positive test might be a hardship in the short term, as you will need to isolate and stay home. But Fairfax County has resources in place to support you during this time. If you are sick and out of work because you're sick, you can receive assistance with rent, food, housing, and other basic needs. Call Coordinated Services Planning at 703-222-0880 or visit www.fairfaxcounty.gov/COVID-19 for more information.